Hello students, I'm very happy once again to connect with you. My name is Naftal Lucas Makumbire, a chemistry teacher. Today I want to review with you Form 4 students the topic of pollution, as you can see it here. And today I'm going to cover two subtopics. The first subtopic is aerial pollution. The second one is aquatic pollution. Well, you can ask yourself a question. Sir, these are very simple presentations, and we know. Yeah, I'm sure that you know because you have studied this in the class. Anyway, it is very simple, but also I want to tell you that most of the students still facing a lot of problems when it comes to answer the questions from this particular part. That means these subtopics, especially when answering the essay questions. Therefore, I would like to welcome you to connect with me till the end of this program. I'm sure that by the end of this lesson, you are going to analyze the effects of aerial pollution as well as aquatic pollution and the preventive measures. So you're warmly welcome. As I said that there are two subtopics, so let us start to discuss one after another, starting with aerial pollution. Now, if I ask you a question, what is aerial pollution? What are you going to say? It is a very simple thing. This is about air. Now, aerial pollution, this is the introduction of harmful substances in the Earth's atmosphere or in air. This is the definition. Introduction of harmful substances in the Earth's atmosphere. And these harmful substances which are introduced in the atmosphere are called pollutants. Are called pollutants. Yes, they are called pollutants. Can you mention examples of those materials or substances which, when added into air, make pollution? Can you mention them? Yes, they are very simple. Now, examples of aerial pollutants. Examples of aerial pollutants. Number one, we have gases. We have harmful gases. Harmful gases like the oxides of sulfur and oxides of nitrogen. Oxides of sulfur. For example, sulfur dioxide, and oxides of nitrogen. Here we can have examples like nitrogen monoxide, dinitrogen monoxide, and nitrogen dioxide. And also carbon dioxide gas. Those are examples of harmful gases. There are others as well. We have chlorofluorocarbons, we have methane. All these are gases that when added into the air, they pollute the air. Now, another example, we have dust. When dust is introduced in the air by different operations, they pollute the air. we have smoke. This can also be one of the pollutants. So these are few to mention. I'm sure that you know some more others of them. Can you mention them right where you are? Those are very simple. Now, after we have discussed examples of aerial pollutants, let us see the causes of aerial pollution. The following are the causes of aerial pollution. Now, aerial pollution can be caused by human activities. That means these are human-made causes, but also can be natural cause. Now, let us see the activities together with the natural causes. Number one, we have volcanic eruption. Volcanic eruption, this is a natural cause of aerial pollution. And this one produces pollutants. Pollutants here are such as, there are gases like sulfur dioxide gas. Here, smoke can also be given out during volcanic eruption. Also, dust can also be given. So these are some of the volcanic eruption. So few to mention. You can mention some more others. Now, so when these are introduced into the Earth's atmosphere or in air, they pollute the air. Number two, we have another human activity which cause aerial pollution. This is about industrial activities. How does industrial activities pollute air? Industrial activities result into the production of harmful gases, and these gases, they are produced into air. And also smoke can be given when these machines from the industries are operating. Gases, smoke are given out. So these are pollutants. We have smoke. That means these are pollutants. Pollutants. We have smoke. That is, we have oxides of sulfur and nitrogen, like sulfur dioxide. Here, if we are to mention, for example, sulfur dioxide, if we are to mention examples of nitrogen oxides, we have nitrogen dioxide or nitrogen monoxide. So these, when are introduced into the air, they cause pollution. That is number two. Number three, we have agricultural activities. Agricultural activities. How does agriculture activities pollute the air? Here we are getting, for example, during land preparation, most of the farmers, when they want to prepare the land for cultivation, they are doing what is so-called burning of bushes. So burning of bushes produces gases and smoke. The gases which can be produced are such as carbon dioxide or carbon monoxide, depending on the amount of oxygen that is present for that process. So these ones, when this process is done, gases can be produced in smoke as well. As said, they cause aerial pollution. Pollutants, here we have smoke and gases, for example, carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. This one coming, for example, from burning of vegetations for clearing land for cultivation activities. So these ones automatically they pollute the air, these gases. Now from there we can move to another one, the fourth one. The fourth cause of this one is mining activities as well. Mining activities. What are the pollutants here? The pollutants here can be smoke. When the machine operating, they can brew smokes. They can produce smoke. Gases, for example, sulfur dioxide gas can be produced, and other gases during the activities of, when the process of extraction is going on. So these gases, we say generally that oxides of sulfur and nitrogen can be given, and when they are given in air, they cause pollution. That is number 4. Number 5 is from transportation. Transportation. How does transportation causes aerial pollution? In transport, there is a burning of the fossil fuels from the engines of the cars, train, tractors, and other that can produce different gases. And when these gases are introduced into the air, automatically that is pollution. So burning of fossil fuel. Produces gases which pollute air. For example, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide. We have even carbon dioxide and other oxides from these activities. So these are few to mention. I'm sure that you know some more examples. You can mention them, right? Yes. After we have seen the natural activities and the human activities that causes aerial pollution, now let us see the effect of aerial pollution. Effect of aerial pollution. We have several of them. Number 1, acidic rain. Yes, this is very simple to explain. What is it all about? Now, when we talk about acidic rain, the gases which are given in the air and they pollute the air, like sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, when these gases are present in air and when rain fall, the rainwater may contaminate with these gases, and these gases dissolve in the rainwater and produce acids. We can have examples like sulfur dioxide, this one, when dissolved in water. This is a gas. This is the gas when dissolved in water, liquid. This one produces sulfurous acid. Sulfurous acid, this one. Or it is called sulfuric 4 acid. Is sulfurous acid or sulfuric 4 acid, because the valence of sulfur here is 4. So it is simple like that one. So this, the acid which is produced comes down to the Earth's surface with rainwater. So that rain become automatically acidic due to the presence of this acid. And it is very dangerous, as we are going to see the effect of it. This is number one. Number two, if we have this nitrogen dioxide, when this one is dissolved in rainwater, what do we get? We get nitric acid. Nitric acid. So this acid will be found in the rainwater because these gases are found in the air. They dissolve in the rainwater. So you can see it is very dangerous. That is number one. Number two, we have global warming. Global warming. As a matter of fact, we are going to discuss this clearly in the coming presentation. So to explain in brief here, when we talk about global warming, we are talking about the increase of the Earth's, the increase of the global temperature on the Earth's surface here. On Earth's surface. This is global warming. This one is a result of the greenhouse effect caused by the greenhouse gases, as we are going to see this one. And this one has become a problem. There are so many problems relating to this one. That's why the world is crying about the global warming. And several measures have been taken to reduce, if not to remove this problem. Now, we are going to see in the next presentation about this one. Another effect is ozone layer depletion. When we talk about ozone layer depletion, we are talking about the destruction of the ozone layer due to the presence of the greenhouse gases. Destruction of ozone layer caused by greenhouse gases. For example, of these gases, we have methane, carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons. These compounds are very dangerous. So these gases, which are called greenhouse gases, the ozone layer is about 18 up to 30 kilometers. And it is very, very important because it is there to filter the harmful radiation, that means ultraviolet radiation from the sun. So when these gases, they meet with this layer, they react with this layer, which is ozone layer, creating atmospheric windows, causing harmful radiation from the sun to come directly on the surface. That is very dangerous. And we are going to see this one also together with global warming in the coming presentation. Another effect. Another effect is number 4, reduce visibility. This reduces visibility. How does it reduce visibility? Yes, it is very simple. If the cities are polluted with smoke and other gases, it is very difficult sometimes to see somewhere ahead of you. And this limits the transportation. So in large cities, this has become the problem, especially in the developed countries. So this is the effect of aerial pollution. Number 4, there are diseases. Diseases can also be a result of aerial pollution. Here, like respiratory diseases, coughing, wheezing, asthma. These are, allergic, difficulty in breathing can be caused by this one because of the particles that mean those which are found in there, or the pollutants. They can cause allergies like asthma. Asthma is allergic disease. So these are the effects of the aerial pollution in a few to mention. I'm sure that you know most of them. Now, after we have seen this one, let's come to how do we prevent them? Because you can see all these effects are very dangerous. They are not good to our health, they are not good for the existence, for the existence of life on this planet. So we have to find the ways of controlling this problem. Now let's come to the preventive measures. Preventive measures of aerial pollution. Number one, if we want to prevent that one, first of all, we have the public awareness is very important. That means the public should be educated on the effect of air pollution so that everyone in the nation is there to protect the air, because air is very important for our life. Education should be given to the people on the effect of aerial pollution. So this will make everyone to be aware and to participate in combating this problem or in preventing this problem. So everyone will participate here. It is very, very important also for that point to be written. After we have seen that first point, let's go to the second way of preventing aerial pollution. The second one is laws. You know, sometimes as human beings, if we are not limited with laws, we can go further and destroy our environment. So the government should put strict laws in order to control the aerial pollution. And these laws should cover all areas concerning about aerial pollution. Example, those gases, emission of gases should be reduced from the industries. That is very, very important. But also even burning of vegetation without order, that is very bad. And it is very bad to see some people in the villages or somewhere when they want to clear the land for cultivation, they are burning bushes, smoke is coming everywhere. That disturbs the life of other people. So it is not good to do that one. So strict laws, Number two, formulating policies and laws to prevent aerial pollution. And these laws should cover all areas that I have mentioned. So it is very simple. I can't write everything here. So you have to listen very carefully, and I'm sure that you have the notebook to write that on. Number three, another one, because industries produce the gases, they should not be located near to the settlement. They have to be far away from the settlement where we are living. Industries should be far away from settlement. That means where we are living. That is another way to reduce the effect to our life. Another one is to use alternative source of energy rather than depending on the fossil fuel. To use other alternative source of fuel. Rather than depending on fossil fuel. Because these fossil fuels, when they are burnt, they produce harmful gases. So we have to find another alternative source of fuel which is clean. For example, solar energy. Solar energy is clean. It can be used. Wind energy can be used. So this one, wind energy, This one, solar energy, for example, can be used. When you use these ones, it can help to reduce the use of other fuels, even charcoal, the use of charcoal. Now, from here, we can have another one. We can have used the principle, of reduce, reuse, and recycle. Instead of throwing, if you have the product, you have used it, instead of throwing those products that you have used, you can use them for other purposes. This is reuse. Or you can reduce the production of those materials. Instead of taking so many plastic bags. Nowadays, the government of the United Republic of Tanzania has banned the use of plastic bags. So there are other alternatives which are friendly to the environment. So you can take one and you use it several times. There is no need of you every day to buy one after another and recycling. So this is very important to reduce this problem. Now, after we have seen that one, we can also have afforestation. Now let's go to the sixth one. This is afforestation and reforestation. What is the difference between the two terms? If I ask you, afforestation, this is the process of planting trees in the area that was not covered with the forest or that was not covered with trees. But in reforestation, this is planting the trees in the area that was previously covered with the forest or trees. So what is the importance of this one to prevent aerial pollution? Because the plants needs carbon dioxide for photosynthesis process, and the carbon dioxide is one of the aerial pollutants. So these plants can help to reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in the from the air. So plants plants reduce amount of carbon dioxide gas from the atmosphere. So this one reduces the effect. But also, even the use of public transport should be encouraged. But everyone to have their cars on the road, it results to the productions of different, of gases in the air, and this causing aerial pollution. So there is no need of using all the time private transport. Public transport can be used. But also, there is another option. You can use the bicycle. It is very good. It's also a part of an exercise. Or you can walk. And that is an exercise. It makes you physically fit. That is very, very important. So after we have seen these ways of combating the aerial pollution, let us go and see the aquatic pollution. Now, when you talk about aquatic pollution, number 2, aquatic pollution, this one is the introduction of harmful substances in water bodies, such as rivers, lakes, oceans, or seas, or underground water. So when harmful materials are added into these water bodies, that becomes aquatic pollution. So the pollutants here, examples of pollutants, to mention few of them, we have wastewater from the industries, It can be also urine, feces. These are some of the pollutants of aquatic pollution. Now let us see the causes. The causes of aquatic pollution. If I ask you to mention the causes of aquatic pollution, what are you going to say? They are very simple. I'm sure that you have studied this one. So the first one is agricultural activities. Agricultural activities. So these are human activities. Agricultural activities, for example, the use of fertilizer. The use of fertilizer and the pesticides. Pollute water. Now, the application of fertilizers when applied and when it rains, for example, the surface runoff of water can take these fertilizers into water bodies, and that becomes a pollutant. We are going to see the effect of this one later. It is a very big problem in some lakes, even Lake Victoria. We are going to see about eutrophication. So this is number one. Number two, we have mining activities. Mining activities. Now, for the case of mining activities, here, heavy metals and the compounds of sulfur. Compounds of sulfur may reach water bodies and pollute water. Heavy metals like mercury, they are very dangerous. So if they are not controlled, it becomes a very big problem. And when the people use the polluted water with heavy metals, they are going to get a lot of problems, including cancer. So that is number two. Number three, we have another activity. This is industrial activities. Industrial activities. Industrial activities, this one produce pollutants in water, such as wastewater. Wastewater from the industries. Wastewater. This wastewater can contain acids, alkalis, and other poisons and other chemicals which are poisons in water. They are very dangerous. So these activities, they pollute water in that way. Number four, we have oil spills. Oil spills. This one can come from the oil leakage. Oil leakage from ships. Oil leakage from ships. This can be a problem. But also drilling and extraction process for oil and gas. This one also, when these operations are carried out, even the water bodies, they can cause the oil to spill in the water, making the water pollution. So that is number four. Now, after we have discussed about that one, we have also another one, acidic rain. Yes, this acid, when the rain with acid fall in the water bodies, so it becomes very dangerous to the organisms which are living in the water. So that one can cause aquatic pollution. Number six, we have poor fishing methods, like use of poisons and dynamites in order to fish. This is very dangerous. We think the government that has tried to control this kind of fishing because it kills the fish and even other aquatic organisms in the water bodies. So it is very dangerous. So these are some of the causes of aquatic pollution. You have some more to add. Now let us see the effect of aquatic pollution. The effect of aquatic pollution. Number one, diseases. These are outbreak of waterborne disease. Waterborne diseases like cholera, typhoid, dysentery. This one, if the water is contaminated, therefore it can spread this disease, and these diseases are very dangerous. They can attack many people within a very short period of time. So these are epidemic diseases. Another effect is that aquatic pollution can lead to death of aquatic organisms. Aquatic organisms, because there are chemicals there due to poisons, acids, alkalis, and so many other wastes which are produced from the industries. They are very dangerous to the existence of these organisms. But also we have this one. It leads to eutrophication. You know, the wastes that are carried in water contain with the fertilizers, for example, they have nutrients. So when these are taken in excess in water bodies, they cause the growth of aquatic plants as well as algae. So this one, this is what is called eutrophication, the growth of those aquatic plants as well as algae. Eutrophication, this one prevents the sunlight from penetrating deeper the sea. That sunlight is needed by the plants, by the organisms which are found in the water bodies. So this one prevents that sunlight, so it becomes dangerous. But also the death of those aquatic plants and algae consume the dissolved oxygen, reducing the amount of oxygen needed by the aquatic organisms. So that becomes a very big problem. Another effect of aquatic pollution is that the water becomes unfit for domestic use. Domestic use. For example, cooking, drinking, etc. But also, if the water is so much polluted, recreation activities becomes a problem, or they are reduced. Going to beach with polluted water, it is not healthy, not attractive. So that becomes the problem. So these are the effects of aquatic pollution. There are so many others to mention. I'm sure that you can mention them. Now to finish with preventive measures. Preventive measures to finish this one. How do you prevent the aquatic pollution? Number one, it is very, very important for the industries. Industries should be located far away from water bodies. And the wastewater from the industry should be treated before discharged into the water bodies. Treating wastewater before discharging into the water body. That can be one of the preventive measures. Number two, agricultural activities should be done far away from the source of water bodies. Agricultural activities should be done far away from water bodies, from the water bodies, to reduce the process of eutrophication. That can be one of the ways of preventing aquatic pollution. Now we can go to another one, the third one. In order to prevent that one, formulating. This is very general. Formulating and policies, formulating policies and enacting laws, which covers all the area concerning with water pollution. It is very, very important, like discharge of the wastewater covers all the areas of aquatic pollution, like discharge of waste water, how the wastewater should be treated. This is very, very important. But also public education. Education should be provided about the effect of aquatic pollution. It is very, very important for this one to be given, because the people will be aware that they're destroying water bodies, they're destroying their life. So it is important to be educated. Urinating, for example, even proper toilet facilities. Proper toilet facilities. It's very, very important. So this one reduces the amount of urine and feces to be taken into water bodies. So that becomes very, very important. There are some more others that you can mention them. Yes. So even the checking of the underground pipelines that are crossing or in the water bodies is very important for that one. So after we have discussed about that one, it is very important for us to see how the questions are coming from this particular part, because it is also important to see, because the students are facing the challenges on how to answer those problems. So there are questions that I'm going to read you so that you can do them on your own, because we have discussed about aquatic pollution and we have discussed about aerial pollutions. So let us see how the questions are coming. Here we have question number one. Question number one says, the demand for use of charcoal as the source of energy in cooking among the people in Tanzania has increased. What warnings can you raise to people relying on this source of fuel? That's very simple. Yes, we have discussed about this one. Using of charcoal. That is deforestation. Cutting down trees in order to produce charcoal. What is the effect of cutting down trees? What is the effect of using charcoal? That means relying on the source of energy, energy from charcoal. It becomes a very big problem. So this one is very simple. We have discussed about the effect of deforestation, the effect of cutting trees, because you've said that afforestation and reforestation are very important in order to balance atmospheric gases. That means carbon dioxide, which is needed by the plant, can be reduced, and this can reduce aerial pollution. So it is important for you to answer very simple question like this one. So you can copy it and do it by yourself. Now question number 2. Water bodies support the life of many aquatic organisms, which in turn provide food to terrestrial organisms, including human beings. Write an essay on how these natural resources can be preserved against pollution using the following guidelines. This question is about an essay. So I want to read you briefly on how to write an essay. It is very simple to write an essay. First of all, you are told to write an essay on how natural resources can be preserved against pollution. Which natural resource? Water bodies. So we are talking about what? Aquatic pollution. We have discussed about aquatic pollution. So let us go to the board to see how this can be done. I'm just going to lead you here. Now assume this is a piece of paper that we have. Writing an essay. Now writing an essay. Here we have the meaning of aquatic pollution with the causes, effects, and proactive measures. When we talk about proactive measures, we are talking about preventive actions. So meaning of aquatic pollution. The meaning of aquatic pollution should start here. You start a paragraph. You give the meaning of what is it all about, including giving examples of your pollutants on that first part. Now after you give that one, you come to causes. You start another paragraph. The following are the causes. You start here. If you start using the word firstly, you start a paragraph here. Firstly, you analyze, you give the points. After explaining the first, secondly, you analyze, you give the points, and so forth, up to the time when you finish, because you are limited in the points. Now after there, you go to the effects. You start, the following are the effects. You start firstly, you start explaining what is the first point, what's it all about, giving examples, if possible, going to the second one, explaining that way. Then proactive measures, that means preventive measures. The following are preventive measures to be taken in order to prevent aquatic pollution. So from there you come. Firstly, you explain, explaining. After you explain, at the end, you give the conclusion. That is the good way of writing an essay. But when you write an essay, if you are limited in the points, make sure that the strong points are the ones which start. There is no need of adding extra points. Some of the students are starting with the weakest point, and they end up with strong points. Now, if the points are limited, 5 points are needed, and you have written 10, 5 weak, 5 remaining strong. So those 5 weeks are the ones which will be marked first. Those strong ones that you have written at the end will be the extra point. We won't be marked. So just follow the instruction. So it is simple. We can go to another one. This one. Assume that you have completed Form 4 and got a temporary job in a certain local government authority. In one of the events, you have appointed to educate some residents following the observed aerial pollution in your area. Now write your presentation using the following points. This is also an essay. It is an essay concerning with pollution. You follow this procedure, so it is simple. Meaning of aerial pollution, causes, effect, and preventive measures. So you just follow the same procedure, and I have explained to you about the meaning, causes, effect, and preventive measures. So it is very simple. The last question, what are the causes, effect, and measures to be taken to prevent or reduce an acidic rain? We have discussed about the cause of acidic rain. Copy this question as well. It is very simple. Yes, you can do it. Just copy it. It is about causes of acidic rain, effect, and measures to be taken. So these are the questions. Now from there, my dear student, you can have more readings on these books which are written there. Chemistry for Secondary School Book 2, 1995 tie, and Chemistry for Secondary School Form 3, Revised Edition, 2011, Oxford University Press, Tanzania Limited. So if you need more reading, you can go there. So we have discussed so many things, and I'm very happy that you have watched this program. So meet you in the next program that will be concerning with global warming. Thank you very much, and bye.